Arsenal medical team are currently working round the clock to make sure that the injured players are fit and available for our FA Cup match against Southampton. Of course, we don't expect all of them to be available, but at least they are working so hard to make sure that majority, if not all of them, should be fit and available for our first quarterfinal Champions League match against Sporting. We have 5 days from today to play our FA Cup quarterfinal match against Southampton. After 3 days, that is 8 days from today, we travel to Portugal for our first quarterfinal Champions League match against Sporting. Then in 12 days from today, we'll now play Bournemouth in a Premier League match, which we need to win, nothing short of winning against Bournemouth. So all these players should be available. And that is why, as reported, our medical team, they are very, very serious, working day and night to make sure that these injured players are healed from their minor, knock or injury they sustain. Now, to some of you rival fans who thought maybe, our players, they are faking injury. Now, listen, Piero Hincapié has undergone medical and imaging tests on his injuries suffered on international duty, and his availability for the FA Cup quarterfinal this weekend is a greater doubt than those who were withdrawn from their national squads as a precaution. So the scan or the test carried on Piero Hincapié showed that he is not going to probably available for our FA Cup match against Southampton. You see? And you hear rival fans, saying a lot of things just because now Arsenal, they think they happen. They talk anyhow that they are faking injury. If not that Nonimaduke's own is obvious. Therefore, even talk say no be injury, Nonimaduke sustain. Apart from Sir Alex Ferguson, who did what they claimed Mikel Arteta is currently doing right now, Pep Guardiola did the same thing in November 2023, where he withdrew the likes of Kovacic, Nathan Aki, Matheus Nunes, and some of his key players. He withdrew them from their national duties because of precaution. He didn't want them to sustain injury because he was, seriously pursuing for trophies that season. Now, nobody said anything about it. People didn't drag Man City. People never dragged Pep Guardiola because of that. But Mikel Arteta, according to them, have done the same thing by withdrawing his players, which Pep Guardiola did. Their own manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, did it severally. Nobody complained. Anyways, we're Arsenal, and our joy will forever be their pain. Yes, since they don't want us to lift a trophy, since they don't want us, we the fans, to rejoice and be happy with our club, our joy will forever be their pain, So, and kudos to all these national team managers. They understand the game, because having players who won a trophy, who are happy because of, winning, crowning their effort with trophy, is a boost. Is a boost to their national team going into the, World Cup. Imagine at the end, God forbid, all these Arsenal players were unable to lift the Premier League, trophy, for example. Do you think they will be happy going to their national team to play for World Cup? It will affect them mentally. It will affect them. So those managers, those national team managers, they understand the game. They understand, how players feel whenever they win trophy. So allowing those players to come back to their club rather than subjecting them to a risk in a mere friendly game, it will definitely be counterproductive to such national team. And that is why you see them allow those players of Arsenal, come back to Arsenal, their club. Players like Ricardo Calafiori, Victor Gyökeres, I don't think they'll be able to come back at this point because their country, Italy and Sweden, they really need their services. They really need the services of Ricardo Calafiori for Italy and, Victor Gyökeres for Sweden, because both countries, they are trying to qualify for the World Cup.